Listen, there is one spot that always serves up the fun, and that is the kitchen. My next guest is cooking up what she calls a summer snack lab to provide you and the kids and the grandkids with edible entertainment. Our good friend Alex Daynes is here to share 3 hands-on summer snacks. Always so good to see you.
Good to see you.
I see Alex about once a month-ish.
Yes.
Always so excited to see her as a friend. And then the next question out of my mouth is, how's baby Daylen?
How's baby Day?
And you could answer that today with one word. I said, what's she into?
Candy.
Candy.
Candy. This segment is heavily inspired by her, which a lot of my life now is.
Sure.
But she is obsessed with all things sugar, candy, gummies, chocolate. Like, that 2-year-old wants you to just bring it on.
And how's her healthy mama coping with that?
I'm just trying to brush her teeth. It is like the biggest hurdle that we have to jump every night is I'm just trying to keep those teeth beautiful and in her mouth.
Yeah, so a lot of conversations about sugar bugs.
Yes.
We have those at our house too, the sugar bugs.
We don't want to, we brush the teeth we want to keep.
There you go, there you go.
That's what I keep telling her.
Well, inspired by the cutest 2-year-old, honestly. She's so darling. She's so darling. You have these 3 kind of hands-on, get the kids involved, but sugar is the reward.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like if you do it in an activity, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So that's where the inspiration for these came from, and I think they really are, these are like nostalgic things too.
Fun. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with the ice cream in a bag.
Okay.
Have you made it?
When I was a kid, I did.
Were you raised on ice cream in a bag?
Ice cream in a bag until, I believe, and someone could probably email in with the specifics, in the 1980s, there was an infomercial for like a rolling. Does anyone remember this? A rolling? Same as an ice cream in a bag, but we would sit and roll it back and forth to make ice cream.
And that's kind of the thing that I realized when I did this with my friend group the other day, was people thought that was the only way to make ice cream. And I was like, oh, I don't want to get the tin. I don't want to get the equipment. And I'm like, no, you grab your Ziploc bag.
You got it.
And you can make, and it's actually good. You can make delicious homemade ice cream.
Okay, so remind us.
So this is the base. So I like a combination. This is whole milk.
Okay.
I like a combination of a 1/2 cup of whole milk. This is 1 serving.
Okay.
And we'll just eyeball it here. 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream.
Okay.
And then also 1/4 cup of 50/50.
Okay.
Ideally, you're just trying to work your way up to a cup. I feel like a cup is a good serving.
And you could play with the combinations based on what you have.
Yeah, you could easily just do like a 1/2 cup of whipping cream and a 1/2 cup of milk.
Okay.
But I won't make any promises. This is what I love.
Hey.
I do 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And then I also like to do just a teaspoon of vanilla. That's really what's gonna get your flavor there.
Okay, that classic vanilla flavor.
Classic vanilla. And then we whisk that together, and then this is like, you know, the hands-on part. This is the fun part for the kids. So like I said, we're gonna grab our baggies here. So the ice cream mix goes into a sandwich bag.
Okay.
So if you wanna help me pour.
Yep. Or do we trust ourselves here?
I know.
Hold on, we're at the most awkward angle.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
And you don't have to put it all in if you don't want to. That looks great. And then key here, a couple tips with just making it the most successful is to take out as much air as possible. That way the ice cream can't move around too much when you're shaking it, and it helps it firm up faster. I like to double bag it.
Okay.
Because I don't want, we're gonna be doing a salt mixture in the other bag.
Okay.
And I just don't want any salt in my vanilla ice cream.
Got it.
Especially this hefty ice cream salt. It's got a lot of salt in there.
It's got some give.
So we got our double bag sandwich bag, then we grab our giant Ziploc baggie.
Okay.
From here, that's where we drop this guy in here. And then this is your key element here. It's your ice cream salt, your Morton's. And this is just like those bigger granules. And this, I mean, I don't know the science, but the salt is what makes the ice cold enough for the ice cream to freeze.
She's like, don't ask me very many questions. I just know that it works.
Don't come for me for the chemistry behind it, but it works. Then you would fill this guy all the way up with ice, and you're finished with something that looks like this. Okay. Then you get to shaking. Yeah. And you just shake this guy for like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, is it that quick?
It's so quick.
In my head as a kid, it felt like forever.
Well, we did this with a group of toddlers, and it was forever. Okay. And bless those moms that were shaking their child's ice cream because they did a good job. But yes, it feels like forever, but it's not.
Look at that.
And then you have totally frozen ice cream.
Oh, awesome.
That tastes good.
Awesome.
And I like to top it with a little bit of sprinkle. You can serve it in a waffle cone.
Yeah.
But it's so easy. You could do it outside. You could do it at the park. Like it's really minimal equipment, but high-end result and fun.
And the pride that they will feel. I don't know if it's Bluey or Lila in the Loop. One of our favorites had like an ice cream. I think it was Daniel Tiger actually made like the smoothie episode. Look at us just talking.
I know.
But my kids have been dying to make it ever since. This seems like the foolproof way.
And it's not like, it looks like a lot, but it's really not when you come down to it. We're talking bags and milk.
All right, we are entering fair season, and nothing beats a good cup of fair lemonade.
Nothing. I'm so glad you're with me on this because I look forward to this, and I want the most authentic way possible,
Yeah.
which is served in the 32-ounce plastic
Sure.
container. You'll keep your eye out for it. They're always served in this. And the reason why this homemade lemonade is so good is your sugar content.
Pull out the toothbrush.
I told you, all I'm doing is brushing teeth this summer. But in a lot of places I've noticed when you are buying it, they'll say, do you want light sugar or lots of sugar? And it's basically between a half of a cup of sugar or a cup of sugar.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
No judgment.
So I just did a half a cup. It's gonna taste really good. You could probably play around with it and see the minimal
And you're
amount
just
you can get away
muddling
with.
the lemons and not squeezing.
I'm just muddling them. So wash the outsides really good. Cut them into small pieces. So I did like 4 pieces per side.
Yeah, they're narrow.
Because I want to get as much flesh out of there, but we also want the rind because the sugar is gonna help emulsify that.
Okay.
And it's gonna bring out the flavor, and that's what's really gonna make it like really strong lemony.
Okay.
So yeah, muddle it down like this.
Yep.
And then all you have to do from there is
Fish out the rinds.
you leave them.
Oh, you leave them in.
You leave them in. They're gonna add the flavor. So you just add in, you want lots of ice with Farmer's Market lemonade.
Okay.
And then with the 32-ounce jug, you'd want more ice than that. But fill it up with ice, and then you want 16 ounces of water.
Look at that.
And then the fun part with this recipe is that we are gonna shake it again because we gotta mix it all up. So I did the muddling, but you wanna lock that lid on.
Okay.
And you want to give it a shake.
I sure do.
Like, do you trust me? Did I get that lid on?
I hope so.
But you shake it up, and then this is fun because you can totally add different flavors. I think the classic is really good, but you know, we're in Utah, so we like our Torani syrups.
Sure.
So you could do any flavor, peach, watermelon, strawberry. You could muddle in some like strawberries or blueberries.
Okay.
At the farmer's market, I had like a lavender coconut one this last week.
Yum.
It was like a luxury drink
Yum.
served out of a plastic cup.
You
Like,
know what? And we're
so
spending
yummy.
so many like Sunday evenings in particular out on the back patio. It's so fun to be able to bring out a statement drink.
Right.
That's an experience.
Exactly. It's an experience. All of these are like hands-on food fun.
Love it. Love it. Okay, final idea?
Yes, final thought here. So I really wanted for my candy-obsessed toddler to do candy necklaces or bracelets. And I actually found like a couple of roadblocks when I was doing this because I wanted to buy the actual candies with holes in them, like what comes in like a candy kit like
Can
this.
you do that?
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did all the research for you. And I did buy these cute mermaid kits on Amazon, and they were super fun. But it's not possible to make an authentic candy bracelet at home. So my solution and my hack was I bought the jewelry string, and then I bought candy with holes in it. So we've got like peach rings, we've got lifesavers. These were actually the unsung hero because they took out a lot of space and gave us a lot of depth. These are the sour straws that are cut. So they're like mini sour straws.
Smart.
So then you just, thread it on there.
What did I just eat? These are good.
Those are good. So then my idea spun into kebabs, which I kind of added last minute because I thought, look how cute the candy kebabs turn out. And then because it's kind of hard to find candy with holes in it, you can poke your own hole with your skewer.
Right.
So then that's where I did like these, you'll kind of see like cute candy airhead ribbons.
Folded.
So I folded it down like that.
I know, it looks so artful. It's like this toddler treat that looks like a piece of art on a stick.
I know. I actually had a lot. This was like my passion project this last week because I thought you could buy candy with holes in it, and you can't.
And suddenly Alex, too, is brushing her teeth more than
And
twice a day.
we are all worried about cavities at our house, and now you will be too.
Oh, we love you. 3 great ideas, super fun ideas, and you're always sharing beyond sugar, great mealtime recipes to help us out too. Where can we follow along?
I would love to connect with you. I'm on Instagram at @thealexdaynes, and then all my recipes are online, alexdaynes.com.
You're a star. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Love being in the kitchen with you.